Pinanindigan mga kababayan ni DOJ Secretary Rimulya ang pag-surrender sa Interpol kay dating Pangulong Digong. At sa kanya, yung ICC, may jurisdiction pa niya sa mga individuals. Yan yung sagot mga kababayan, paliwanag ni Secretary Rimulya sa Senate hearing na pinangunahan po ni Presidential Sister Amy Marcos. Yan ICC still has jurisdiction over individual, sabi po ni Rimulya. Our views anya evolved at times. Although anya the Philippines had withdrawn from the ICC, paliwanag ni Rimulya that the International Tribunal anya mayroon pang jurisdiction over individuals, not countries. Pero sabi ni Amy Marcos, mismo anya yung presidente, yung kanyang kapatid, may previous pronouncement anya that imply that the ICC had no jurisdiction over individuals as well. Senator Marcos cited the chief executive's remarks on February 18, 2023, which stated, "I do not see what its jurisdiction is. I feel that we have in our police, in our judiciary a good system. We do not need assistance from any outside entity." In response, paliwanag ni Rimulya, our views anya evolved during times. At times, and I don't know if he still has the same views up today. Because anya, we are talking about a clip which was done 1.5 years ago. Our minds can change, ma'am. Tama, wala man pong permanenteng, nothing is permanent in this world, only change. Laging sinasabi natin, pati isip natin nagbabago. Sabi ni Joe Maritsan sa kanyang kantang Constant Change. We are on the road. We move from place to place, and oftentimes when I'm about to call it home, we have to move along. Life is a constant change. Diba? Life is a constant change. Ano pa sabi diyan? The friends we know, we meet along the way. Too soon the times we share form part of yesterday. 'Cause life a constant change, and nothing stays the same, oh no. Parang yung Uniteam, dati Uniteam, ngayon Unipink na. Yung dating kaibigan, magkaibigan, magkaaway na, binantaan na nga. O, di ba? Pero niya, Mr. Maravillas, di ba sabi ni Sarah, hindi man talaga sila magkaibigan? Sabihin pa, yung dating Unity, nawasak na, constant change. Wala bang karapatan yung ating Pangulo magbago yung isip? Sa kanta po, ang buhay, constant change. Pati po ang natura sa paligid. Clouds that move. Hindi mali yung pakakanta ko. Clouds that move across the skies, ganun pala, are changing form before our very eyes. Constant change talaga. Yung clouds nakita ninyo, constant change. Mamaya lalaki, mamaya wala na. Natunaw na yung clouds. Ganun ang buhay. Pati relasyon natin sa kapwa, pati isip natin, constant change. Kaya tama yung depensa po ni depensa ni Rimulya. Of course, we can change our mind, Mr. Secretary. So, you are saying that the President changed his mind, sabi ni Amy Marcos. Well, I cannot speak for him, madam. I cannot speak for him. Your conclusions are really your own, and I cannot adapt your conclusions here, sabi ni DOJ Chief Rimulya. Magaling si Rimulya po. Bakit kasi hindi niya tanungin mismo yung kapatid niya kung nagbago na ng isip? Kapatid niya yun. Sabi ko nga po, bakit hindi na lang si President Bongbong Marcos yung in-invite niya? Pinasalita niya doon. Pinasalita niya si Sara Duterte. O bakit hindi yung kanyang kapatid na presidente? Anong rason? Di ba po? Parang masyadong bias si Senator Amy Marcos na doon sa kapatid niya, hindi niya in-invite para magsalita sa Senate hearing niya. Pero si Sara, in-invite niya. So maswerte pa mga kababayan yung mga Duterte. Kasi yung mga Duterte may kakamping Marcos. Pero si Bongbong Marcos walang kakamping ni isang Duterte. Makikita ninyo ang kagandang loob ng mga Marcos, mga kababayan, na kahit binalahura, binantaan, lahat ng kawalangian, ginawa na sa kanila ng mga Duterte. Pero si Amy nananatiling kaibigan. Dinidepensa, pinagtatanggol, mga kababayan, si Sara, pinagtatanggol si Digong. Kahit sige ang banta, gustong ipalit na si Sara Duterte bilang Pangulo. Pero yung Pangulo kapatid ni Marcos, ni Amy Marcos, walang statement na masama si Amy. Kaya sabi nga ni Congresswoman Garin, dapat na niya at this point in time, mamili na ng kakampihan si Amy. Kung alimbawa niya kay Sara talaga siya, kay Digong, maintindihan natin. Para niya hindi nako-confuse yung mga supporters, yung mga kaalyado. Kung kay Bongbong Marcos, di mamili na siya, kapatid niya piliin niya. Maintindihan natin kasi kapatid. Pero maintindihan pa rin natin kung halimbawa piliin niya yung kaibigan. Tama. Kaya yung mga DDS po, walang rason na kayo po magalit kasi napakapalad ang mga Duterte na may Marcos pang nagmamahal. Pero yung Marcos po, wala nang nagmamahal na Duterte. Lahat nakaaway. Pero si Amy Marcos nga, ang tawag na sa kanya ng mga Duterte, manggagamit. Pero si Amy Marcos, mga kababayan, nagpapakamartir. Pero sabi niya, ni Atty. Panelo, kinantahan si Amy Marcos, balat kayo pala ang buhay sa mundo. Yun ang ginanda niya, nagbabalat kayo daw. Si Amy Marcos, iwag ko kung totoo. Anyway, ituloy natin mga kababayan itong Senate hearing na Amy Marcos na talagang idinidiin niya yung mga pulis kasi pinilit daw, gumamit ng puwersa yung PNP. Siyempre, gagamit ng puwersa po. Unang-una, ang tawag sa PNP, Police Force. Di ba? The Armed Forces. Yan ang tawag, di ba? Armed Forces of the Philippines. Talagang force. Yung PNP, Police Force. Anong hindi gagamit ng puwersa? Pero ang puwersang ginamit po, yung tinatawag na justifiable force, hindi excessive. Walang EJK na nangyari po. Bloodless arrest. Kumbaga, kinaladkad yung isang abogado, pinusasan, kasi ang rason po, resisting arrest, obstruction of justice. May mission yung pulis po na atasan na i-surrender si Digong sa Interpol. So, normal yung aksyon ng PNP. Inaladkad yung upuan ni Atty. Dilgra. Normal yon. May resistance po. Pero walang EJK po, walang nasaktan. Ang sabi ko nga, ang nasaktan, yung isang babaeng member ng ASAP, hinampas ni Hanilet ng cellphone. Nabukulan po dito. Pero hindi na nagkaso. Pinatawad na. You see? Pero what about po yung na-EJK? Grabe po yon. Mga bata yung namatay. So, walang mali sa ginawa ng PNP. Walang excessive force po. At inobserve yung lahat ng karapatan ng subject, ng suspect, ni Digong at ng kanyang pamilya. Mahaba yung pasensya ng mga pulis. Habang yung yung panahon ni Digong, kill talaga po. Nakita ninyo yung mga nangamatay. Ang dami-dami po. Ito, mga bata, walang kalaban-laban po. Ito yung excessive force na ginamit. Ginamitan po ng excessive force talaga. Pero si Digong, hindi man po ginamitan ng excessive force. Pero yung police po, police force. Tama? Senator Amy? Pati si Jinggoy Estrada, nagreklamo po. Ito, ituloy natin yung Senate hearing.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines. As we said, we were deputized to support the Philippine National Police. And it is part of the constitutional duty of the armed forces to follow processes. And if we were to question those orders, even under color of law, under color of right, then it would amount to the armed forces acting unilaterally on its own, which is anathema to civilian authority over the military. As we said, our jurisdiction ends in providing support to the Philippine National Police. And with respect to the Presidential Security Command, that is a highly secure unit, and operational security is strictly followed. That ends my response, Your Honor.
Yes, nakakapagtaka lang kasi facility ninyo yung Villamor. Ang inimbita namin yung Air Force. Wala po rito. Bakit?
Your Honor, because of the fact that we will not go into operational details, and I made the call that the armed forces will answer in the light of our supporting role and not principal role to the Philippine National Police.
Yes, pero narito si General Larida. Anong nais niya yung sabihin?
Madam Chair, I defer to the wisdom of the Honorable Secretary of National Defense. That is, the AFP's role is to support the Philippine National Police. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Kahit sa Villamor,
Walang napiga si Jaime?
kahit sa lugar ninyo mismo, kampo ninyo.
Yes, sir. Yes, Madam Chair.
Ganon. O sige, ganon lang sagot. So, okay.
Walang napiga?
Balikan po natin enforceability ng ICC warrant. Sa pakiwari ba ninyo yung nasa konstitusyon natin, yung sinasaad ulit-ulit ng ating Professor Medina, Article 3, Section 2, na kinakailangan may arrest warrant issued upon discovery of probable cause by a judge, a Filipino judge. Sa palagay ba ninyo, yung judge dito kasama na yung ICC judge?
Ma'am, we invoked the sub judice rule, ma'am. We cannot answer any more questions relating to the arrest.
So sa palagay ninyo, yung ICC, does it have any judicial power in the Philippines? Kasi di ba yung judicial power sa atin, ang klaro-klaro naman, Article 8, ang liwanag, di ba? Supreme Court and such lower courts, di ba?
Recognized by the Republic Act 9851.
Anong recognized ng 9851? Wala naman sinabi doon tungkol sa judicial.
International Tribunal.
Sorry?
International Tribunal, ma'am. Can I read the provision again into the record?
No, we've read it and
Yes.
we're all very, very familiar.
Yes.
Opo. So, ang sinasabi nyo, ICC hindi po kasama. Yun lang, yes or no lang po.
Basta sinabi yung International Tribunal, it belongs to that class, ma'am.
Sa palagay ninyo, International Tribunal, sakop na yung ICC. Kahit
Sakop po, sakop. Ito malinaw po eh.
Pero
Oh.
hindi na tayo member, di ba? Sabi ng DFA.
Hindi ho naman yung membership ang pinag-uusapan dito eh. Ang pinag-uusapan po rito, crimes against humanity. International humanitarian law.
Pero nagkasundo na tayo.
Murder po ito, murder, executions, extrajudicial killings. Ito po yung sinasakop ng IHL mo.
Sige, balik tayo sa Prosecutor General kasi agree to disagree na naman tayo.
Hindi lumusot si Jaime. Ngayon, doon tayo mga kababayan sa role ni General Torre. Ay ito po, yung pag-serve ng warrant.
Ang pagkaintindi, hindi. Tingnan natin muna yung video kasi mas maliwanag doon.
Pag umaresto ka ng tao, pag inaresto ka ng pulis, pwedeng hindi dala ng pulis ang warrant mo? Pwede. Sasabihin lang ng pulis kayo, oy, arestado ka, may warrant ka. Nasaan ang warrant? Doon sa estasyon, halika na. That's perfectly legal. Pag umaresto ka ng tao, pag inaresto ka ng pulis, pwedeng hindi dala ng pulis.
So ang sabi po ninyo, hindi naman kailangan yung warrant kaya hindi ninyo pinakita. Tama po ba yun?
Ma'am, that is a very, very different interview in the aftermath. But I'm talking of...
Anong pinag-uusapan sa interview?
And I'm talking about we have already veered on the general rules on the warrantless, on the service of the warrants. Because during the time, and up to this time, there are still a lot of people saying that I'm wrong in there, that you cannot arrest a person with a warrant that you know as a person has a warrant, yet you cannot serve it without the physical warrant. So, all the lawyers know here
Diba ang
that,
sabi,
that I'm right there.
Kailangan ng warrant as soon as practicable. At hinihingi talaga ni former president. Di ba
Si Senator Amy man, malinaw na may warrant. Yung mga na-EJK nga po, walang warrant. Pero si Digong, may warrant. At buhay na buhay si Digong. Yung mga na-EJK, patay na. Pero mas concerned pa siya doon sa buhay.
hinihingi ng abogado niya, asan yung warrant? Tama, di ba? Hinihingi
Yes,
nila.
ma'am.
Anong pinakita nyo?
We gave them the electronic copy of the warrant and it was given to them by Yusek Nikiti together with PG Fadulion. It was received by
Yung
General
warrant, anong klase yung
Monteagudo.
itsura ng warrant? ICC, Interpol?
It's a ICC warrant, ma'am.
ICC warrant.
Yes, ma'am. That was directed to the Interpol. That was the attachment of the diffusion order.
Pero ayon sa ating batas, di ba, napakaliwanag naman na yung court o judge, kinakailangan Pilipino. Di naman sakop nun yung Interpol, yung ICC. Bakit naging warrant rin sa Pilipinas yun?
I will defer the answering to that question to the DOJ, ma'am, because I was with the DOJ during the time, and it was the DOJ.
Hindi nandun si
used-
Prosecutor Fadulion Ikaw naman
Yes, ma'am.
bumasa ng Miranda rights, hindi man lang yung prosecutor. Tinikoberan mo na yung papel ng DOJ, kaya sumagot ka ngayon.
Ma'am, we're talking situation in the tube.
Hindi, sinabi mo kasi, ang liwaliwanag, sinabi mo, hindi naman kailangan ng warrant eh.
It's a different matter, ma'am. Altogether different matter.
Bakit? Ilang warrant ba yan?
One warrant, but different. That question on the interview is a different situation, ma'am.
So, kailan mo pinakita yung warrant? Yung sinasabi mo electronic copy?
The first time, ma'am, it is not
At kanino?
me. It was not me who showed the warrant. It was Yusek Nikiti together with PG Fadulion, together with me there in the tube of the plane. The former president is still there inside the plane. It was given to retired General Monteagudo, who is with the party. And because during the time, E.S. Mijaldea and the wife and Attorney Delgra had already went back inside the plane and told us, hindi kami lalabas kung wala kayong maipakitang warrant.
Kaya nga, so, when was the accused finally shown the warrant of arrest? Di ba dapat as soon as practicable ang sinasabi? Kailan mo pinakita mismo kay former president?
I believe, ma'am, the electronic copy is already acceptable now in the rules of court.
Yun na nga, pero pinakita mo ba kay Presidente Duterte?
It was not me who they invited inside the plane. It was the PCTC through General Alcantara, whom they invited inside the plane, showing to them and explaining to them the warrant.
Ganun ba? Napaliwanag ba ninyo, Executive Director Alcantara? Kasi parang ang bilis-bilis lang naman ninyo doon sa eroplano. Ang nakita naming final warrant, 15 pages po. Ganun lang kabilis na nabasa
Tama po yung
agad?
15 pages po, pero i-present po namin kay President Duterte na nasa
Nabasa niya
250.
lahat, 15 pages? Ang bilis-bilis lang lumabas eh.
Oh, hindi po niya nabasa yun.
Hindi niya nabasa.
Oo, hindi niya.
So, bakit?
Doon po namin present sa kanya.
Kaya nga, pero ba't hindi niyo pinagbigyan na basahin?
Yung-
Kasi karapatan talaga ng akusado at ng arestado yan, di ba?
At that point in time, ang may kopya po ng warrant ay si General Alex Monteagudo. Nagbabapiring po sa telepono niya. Matagal pong mabuo dahil
Siyempre, nasa airport.
Oo,
Tapos nasa loob ng aeroplano. So, sa madaling sabi,
Kaya nga po nag-print kami ng hard copy. So pagdating po sa 250, doon na ibinigay sa kanila yung warrant.
Madam Chair, just on the warrant.
Yes, Senator Cayetano, please go ahead.
Just one insight on the warrant and just to bolster my point kanina na bakit mas maganda na or bakit essential for me my local court, no? If you look at paragraph 12, before you look at it, can anyone in the room here tell me, I know the former president was accused of extrajudicial killing, of crimes against humanity. Pag sinabi yung torture, pwede kasing bago mo patayin, di ba? Pwedeng emotional torture, pwede mong gulpihin torture. So, included na yan. But does anyone here, can anyone tell me here that during his 6 years and before that, he was accused of ordering or himself raping people? Di ba? I do remember malaking issue about his statements about a missionary who was raped. And inexplain niya yon na frustrated, galit siya. But is anyone here accusing the former president of raping or ordering the rape? Parang wala naman, di ba? Okay. If you look at, dahil walang, just for the record, Madam Chair, dahil wala naman nagtaas ng kamay or nagsabi, paragraph 12, the chamber notes that the prosecution alleges, let me say it again, ha? The chamber notes that the prosecution alleges that some acts amounting to crimes against humanity of torture and rape under Article 7, subparagraphs 1 bayan F, 71 G of the statute were committed as a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population. Ulitin ko the chamber notes that the prosecution alleges. So the prosecution in the ICC alleges that some acts amounting to crimes against humanity of torture and rape were committed as part of a widespread and systematic attack. For me, it's the first time I read that someone was accusing the president, the former government. But if you look at the last page of the warrant, or second to the last page, page 14, no? Issues a warrant of arrest. So for these reasons, the chamber hereby issues a warrant of arrest for Rodrigo Roa Duterte, born on 28 March 1945, for his alleged criminal responsibility pursuant to Article 25, Paragraph 3, Paragraph A of Statute for the Crime Against Humanity of Murder.
Ikat ko na si Alan Peter Cayetano. Kung gusto niyang i-defend si Digong, di mag-volunteer siya tulad ni Harry Roque na maging abogado ni Digong doon sa Dahig. Kaya lang si Roque, tinanggal po, mangiyak-iyak si Roque po. Pinagsisiksikan yung sarili niya na maging abogado pagkatapos sinibak ni Sara kasi walang tiwala si Sara siguro. Ang kinuha ni Sara ng mga abogado, mga foreigners. You see? O, dito na lang tayo. Mas exciting yung kay General Torre. Tuloy natin, mga kababayan.
Teka, mapapaliwanag lang ako. Tell me candidly, at the time you apprehended PRRD, nung inaresto si former president, yung ICC warrant, nasa inyo na ba, General Torre? Yung totoo. Kasi you're under oath, alalahanin ko.
Yes, ma'am. It is with us.
It was already with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Electronic.
Yes, ma'am.
Electronic. Wala
Yes,
kayong
ma'am.
official copy?
Electronic
walang
copy, ma'am,
hard
given
copy?
electronic copy given to me by Yusek Nikiti of the DOJ, ma'am.
Sa DOJ. Sa inyo, kasi parang nagtuturoan kayo, sabi ninyo, na dapat yung PCTC ang nagbigay. Pero wala kayong binigay. Sabi ninyo, dapat DFA. Nalilito po ako.
Hindi po. Hindi po nagtuturoan. We had the copy of the warrant, not electronic copy of...
Dinami-dami lang
Yusek
nag-aresto kay Presidente. Walang nag-isip na kinakailangan bigyan ng kopya na hard copy, opisyal, at talagang...
binigyan po namin sa...
Saan? Saan at
250
kailan?
po, binigyan po namin. Nung ma-print na po yung hard copy.
Saan yun?
Sa 250 po.
Sa Villamor?
Meron po.
Ano yung
Ang importante doon, Senator Amy, may warrant to arrest and it was confirmed. Yung mga biktima nga ng AJK, kill agad. You see, masyado ninyong binibigyan ng importance yung dating Pangulong Digong na kayang-kaya niya yung sarili niya. Sabi nga ni Digong, pagsisipain ko niya yan. Hindi na nagasipa. Anyway, ituloy natin.
50 po.
Sa Villamor po, Villamor. Binigyan po siya ng kopya. Hard copy po.
Former President had sufficient chance to challenge na the validity of the arrest. So sinasabi ninyo na 9 to 10 hours na yan. Kasi nakuha niya yung warrant nung alas 12 mahigit, hating gabi lampas, ano? Tapos,
Tanghali, ma'am.
ah,
Tanghali, ma'am. Niya nakuha ang, ang
okay.
warrant.
Tapos, tumagal pa sila ng ilang oras. Ng 11 hours, sinasabi po ninyo.
11 hours, napakatagal na.
They attended to serve the warrant. When they disembarked, they asked that it be deferred until they reached 250. Upon reaching 250, they asked for some refreshments and they cooled down. Upon being more calm and after conferring with their lawyers, the warrant of arrest was served in toto, in full, and their rights were read.
So sa tingin ninyo, itong 9 to 10 hours sapat na para sa isang pangkaraniwang tao na makakuha ng sariling abogado, tapos i-check yung kanyang warrant, pagkatapos mag-draft, mag-file ng maayos na petisyon ng habeas corpus. Ganun ba yun?
Ma'am, you must, I think the record showed that there were 3 lawyers with him in conference with him during the entire time. Attorney Delgra.
Paano
Attorney
makakapag-file yun? Gabing-gabi na, hindi naman court hours.
They had filed a case of a TRO with the Supreme Court. They tried their legal remedy. It was duly recorded and there was no TRO given by the court, ma'am. So, ma'am, just to be clear, they had their chance to seek legal remedy as shown by the actions of their lawyers by approaching the Supreme Court. So, there was no due process denied, ma'am.
Siguro sasabihin ko, tatanungin ko kay Attorney Medina, ang ating constitutionalist po rito. Masasabi ba natin na nabigyan si PRRD ng sapat na pagkakataon para alamin itong validity ng kanyang, yung katotohanan ng kanyang pag-aaresto? Ilang oras ba yung sinasabi natin na sufficient time, yung sapat na panahon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to clarify, I will just be consistent with the opinion that I posted that there was no reasonable opportunity. That is not to denigrate or cast aspersion on the character or competence of our officials. And also, I have very limited facts when I wrote the opinion. But just to, as a comparison, if you filed an extrajudicial proceeding, if you will file a petition, the court will order the arrest. The subject of the arrest will have the opportunity to answer, and then the court will have the opportunity also present evidence. The court will have the opportunity to weigh the evidence, and then issue the ruling. For example, in the case of Mark Jimenez, he had more or less over a year to dispute his extradition. So if that would be the standard, that might be considered reasonable opportunity to be heard.
So yung sinasabi nila na naka-10 oras na nag-iintay, talagang panay pa rin ang tutol, hindi sapat na panahon yun. Kasi magpipila ka pa ng kaso, magdadraft ka pa ng petisyon, dadalhin mo pa. Hindi po ba? So hindi pa rin sapat kahit sabihin natin matagal sila nandun sa airport.
Ito naman si Senator Amy. Alangan man 1 year ang hintayin before i-serve yung warrant of arrest. Di-question nun yan later on kung valid o hindi yung warrant of arrest. Pero the fact na nandun na, isi-serve yun siyempre ng mga authorities. Wala man pong warrant of arrest na hawak na niya at nandun na yung subject. Tapos bibigyan niya ng 1 year before na i-serve kasi ki-questionin muna. Di ba? Common sense. Labas niyan, binigyan mong pagkakataon na magtago. Si Bato nga ngayon, hindi na makita. Nasa secret location daw at kinukonsider yung magtago. You see? Questionin niya yung validity kung gusto niyang questionin in court. Pero awag na yung warrant of arrest. Nandyan na. Nasa kuti na. Alangan man hindi pa ibiyahe. Mag-file na lang kayo ng kaso. Bodyguard, buhay pa siya. Yung mga biktima naman ng EJK, patay na, matagal na. Tuloy natin, mga kababayan.
Po? Yes, Senator Jinggoy. So,
Si
walang
Jinggoy.
katotohanan doon sa sinasabi na hindi ninyo pinagbigyan yung sarili niyan, doktor?
No, ma'am. Not true, ma'am.
Okay.
They requested a doctor. The doctors arrived.
May doktor
He
pa?
was given an ECG. Subsequently, they asked Miss Hanilet, the common wife partner, the common law partner of
Yung mga na-EJK po, hindi na naisalba ng doktor, kaya nga po patay na. Walang doktor na katabi ng EJK po. Si Digong may doktor. Office choice. O di ba? Special treatment nga yung tawag po ni General Torre. Humingi nga ng dispensa kasi nagbigay daw sila ng special treatment sa isang suspect, habang yung iba walang ganong pagtrato. Balikan natin. Ayan pa.
the former president for a list of his prescribed medicines. She declined. We asked a rundown of his pre-existing medical conditions.
Ulitin
She
natin ito.
declined.
Po? Yes, ay pakita rin na si former president was checked by medical doctors. Kaya lang, ang sabi, hindi naman doktor ni presidente yon. Is it not under the PNP standard operating procedures na yung arestado may karapatan humingi ng doktor ng kanilang sariling doktor, yung independent and competent doctor of their own choice, ang sabi sa inyong standard operation procedure noong 2012, di ba itong kinikilala ng kapulisan natin?
Ma'am, he has doctors who came over, and I believe they are from Cardinal Santos. We offered also the services of the PNP doctors, and we also offered the services of the post-hospital doctors there on the Philippine Air Force.
Hindi, pero ang mahalaga, yung doktor na talagang doktor niya.
Yes, ma'am. They came from the Cardinal Santos is their doctors. What they are actually asking, they even asked for ECG, and the ECG came. That was very, very different from the ordinary Filipinos. And they're asking for, I think, executive checkup. That's one thing that we did not accede to.
Ang sinasabi
Madam Chair,
ninyo,
if I may.
po? Yes, Senator Jinggoy. So, walang katotohanan doon sa sinasabi na hindi ninyo pinagbigyan yung sarili niyan, doktor?
No, ma'am. Not true, ma'am.
Okay.
They requested a doctor. The doctors arrived. He was given an ECG. Subsequently, they asked Miss Hanilet, the common wife partner, the common law partner of the former president, for a list of his prescribed medicines. She declined. We asked a rundown of his pre-existing medical conditions. She declined. We asked what allergies he had. She declined. We asked that she board the flight with him going to The Hague. She declined. So all those rights accorded to him were given, and the doctor was given, and we tried to extract as much information as possible, but they all declined.
Kita mo na.
Okay, Senator Jinggoy, I believe that Secretary John Vic said that these were untrue, that this was all fake news, that in fact his rights were honored, and in fact they provided an ECG which is above and beyond the usual
Fake news?
practice. Yes, Senator Estrada, please.
Madam
Propaganda
Chair,
po
let it
ng
be known
mga
that I am
DDS,
not
fake news.
or not defending anyone, much less the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, President Duterte, since I am an ally of this administration led by President Bongbong Marcos, and at the same time a friend of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Now, since you've been asking the questions addressed to General Torre, may I ask General Torre, how did you think did you handle the arrest of former President Duterte properly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir. It's proper.
It was proper. But when I saw the video, it was really, for me as a citizen of this country, it was really unbelievable. It was a very, very big disappointment. Because I can relate, General. Because when we were arrested, way back 2001, together with my father. The same thing happened. All right, we were in the wee hours of the morning. We were the policemen barged in our hospital room at the Veterans Memorial Hospital. They were arresting us. They wanted us to be transferred to another detention cell because after the May 1 siege, at ano sabi ng mga police? Kalad ka rin na yan mga yan pag ayaw sumama. At the same time, when I saw the video, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung mga ginawa ng mga kapulisan ng araw sa amin. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, General Torre?
Sir, it's already all optics and tactics already because it's already.
No, I'm asking you, did you say that? Hihilahin ko, hihilahin ko.
Yes, sir. And I actually made good of it, sir.
No, what prompted you to say that?
Sir, I made good of it, sir. Sabi ko, sir, hihilain ko yan. And I went back to AS Medialdea, handcuff him.
Bakit mo nga sinasabi? You know, your statements based on the video may reflect the PNP as an institution. Baka sabihin lahat ng ating mga kababayan, ganyan pala yung mga pulis. Masyadong wala man lang respeto sa matanda, sa isang dating pangulo. Ganon din ang ginawa sa amin eh. Can you justify why you said that hihilahin ko yan? Nakita ko si dating Pangulong Duterte, di naman lumalaban. What prompted you to say that?
Mr. Senator, respectfully, the threat of hihilahin ko na yan was not towards the president, the former president. It was ensued after a heated argument between his counsel and General Torre. In no way was the former president threatened with bodily harm.
Yes,
Who was addressing the sinasabihan ni General Torre? Was it the lawyer or was it the former President Duterte?
Lawyer, sir, Attorney Medialdea. And actually, sir, after that, I actually went back to him, placed handcuff on him after reading him his rights and arrested him for obstruction of justice. And after
All
that,
right.
sir, I brought him to the bus and came back again and told Attorney Delgra he's next. And again, sir, I will reiterate all credits goes to the former president because after he saw that I'm already very, very serious in bringing him to the plane, he said, okay, let's go. And I told Romy, the PSG, to just escort him and he went voluntarily to the bus that brought him to the plane.
sisingit lang ako Senator Jinggoy. Kasi binabasa ko rito yung standard operating ng PNP. Ang liwaliwanag naman eh. No torture, no force, no violence, threat, intimidation, or other means to vitiate the free will to be used against the arrested person. Eh di the more so, yung mga kasamahan ng arestado. Eh sa
Wala mang ganon. May torture ba? May violent actions na ginawa or excessive force na ginamit yung PNP? Wala man po. So above board, mga kababayan, just enough force yung ginamit. Sabi nga natin kanina, di man pwedeng hindi gamitan ng puwersa po. Unang-una, ang police force. Hindi mo pwedeng hindi gamitan ng puwersa. Kasi unang-una, ang dapat ginawa po, hindi na sila nag-resist. Matik dapat, pagkakita na i-present na yung warrant of arrest, voluntarily, sumurrender na sana sila at sumama na sa eroplano. Dapat ganon. Nagkahilaan po. Kailangan gamitin yon ng PNP. Pero tama lang na puwersa. Walang EJK po. Yung previous administration, kung sila yung nasa gobyerno pa, malamang may nasakta na doon, baka may namatay na doon, pero walang ganon. So ano man reklamo ni Senator Amy sa tapos ni Jingo Estrada? Nasa magandang kalagayan yung presidente.
mo nga, ikaw na
Dating presidente.
nag-admit forcefully. Ay talagang you used force. Eh bawal po yun.
Di man pwedeng di gamitan ng force. Tama po? Kung sumama sila ng matiwasay, hindi gagamit ng force. Noong unang sinabi pa lang sana ni General Torre, sama na po kayo, may warrant of arrest. O di ayos sana. May resistance po eh. Kailangan may force na gagamitin kasi ayaw sumama.
I placed ES Medialdea under arrest for obstruction of justice.
Sabi
And-
nga ni Senator Jinggoy, hihilain mo pa.
Yes, ma'am. I did because I have to get into their heads
Correct.
to make them to make it very, very clear to them that we are already very, very serious
O
of
tama
loading the
nga.
president to
Oo
the
naman,
plane.
General, pinapaliwanag mo, pero bawal ang paggagamit ng dahas, ng pananakot,
Ma'am,
ng
just to be clear.
intimidation, or any other means.
Wala man dahas pong ginamit. Yung sinabi lang, hilain ko kayo. That is a necessary statement. Wala mang sinabing pananakot, papatayin ko kayo pag hindi kayo sumama. Tulad ng panahon ni Digong na yon ang utos niya, kill, kill, kill. Napakalinaw. Walang ganito po na nangyari doon sa sa pag-aresto kay Digong.
Kaya may order rin dyan sa sutukin ko. Wala akong pakialam dyan sa human rights wala. I don't give a shit kung anong gusto nilang sabihin. This campaign against this war against the drug
Walang ganon na nangyari po sa pag-serve ng warrant of arrest kay Digong. Ano ang reklamo ninyo, Senator Jaime, Senator Jinggoy? Masyado kayong nabulag. Ituloy natin mga kababayan.
Nasa kapulisan yan
Ma'am, just to be clear, operationally, there was obstruction of justice. It was the decision call of General Torre to place him under arrest for obstruction of justice. Now let us separate what happened to the president.
You're talking about Attorney Medialdea.
Yes, ma'am.
Paano yung iba?
No one else was armed, ma'am.
Yung attorney.
No, wait.
Yung abogado.
If I may, Senator Jaime.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Ayan.
Sino yung kinaladkad nung isang pulis?
Yung security na nakaitim.
I think it was General Torre na hinila yung isang abogado.
Dalawa yun yung abogado, hinila yung upuan, di ba? Tapos yung nakaitim na si Q, kinaladkad din.
Si Attorney Delgra, sir, because he is next to be arrested. And because of that, the former President PRRD saw that I'm already that serious. And he said, he prevented the situation from further deteriorating and escalating. So he said, let's go.
Isn't he entitled to a counsel of his choice, General?
Yes, sir. For 12 hours, he was there.
Oh. Can't he speak to his client? Bigla niyo na lang...
They are there for 12 hours, sir, speaking to each other.
Ano?
They are there for 12 hours speaking to each
Alright.
other, sir.
One more thing that I noticed in the video, no? Ang sabi ni PRRD, papasukin niyo yung anak ko. Abogada siya. At ang sinabi mo, hindi ko siya papapasukin. Why not, Gerald Torre?
That is a decision. That is my call, sir. That is my decision. Considering that
Okay.
he had already been assisted by 3 lawyers
Correct.
all throughout
Okay.
that time, sir. And gabi na ho yun, sir. The request was made at around mga 9 o'clock na, sir. 11 hours
Gerald
after
Torre, ganito,
the
ha?
first arrest.
Tanggalin mo na yung titulo ni Inday Sara. Kalimutan mo na siya na Vice President siya. Pagpalagay natin hindi siya Vice President. She is an immediate member of the family. Nung kami po ay nakakulong, ang immediate members of the family, 24 hours pwede bumisita sa amin, nakakulong kami. Ito hindi pa nakakulong. Anak ito. Bakit hindi niyo pinapasok?
Maliban doon, is this not a violation of RA 7438 that requires that you guarantee access to an attorney in addition to the immediate family? The President also said na yung anak niya, yung babae, abogado ko yun, papasok.
Unang-una, hindi man pwedeng mag-practice na abogado si Sara kasi bawal. Vice-presidente siya. Pangalawa, 3 na nga yung abogado niya. Alam namin kung ano yung purpose. Gusto lang i-delay yung pag-arrest kasi they're hoping na dumami yung tao kasi may nananawagan na ng people power. Di ba po? Balikan natin.
Hindi nyo pinapasok. Abogado yun eh.
Actually, sir, first to answer the question of Senator Estrada, sir. I have told the President that they can visit him at his detention facility because at this time the order of the day is to load him into a plane. So that's what we endeavored to do, and that's what happened, sir.
Ano niya bibisitahin yung tatay niya? Sa Netherlands. Hindi naman dito tinry eh. Hindi naman dito kinasuhan eh. Sa ibang bansa eh. Oh, bakit hindi nyo man lang binigyan ng kortesiya yung anak na isang abogada?
Tama naman si Jinggoy. Butit si Sara, may bibisitahin pa sa sa Netherlands. Yung mga naijiki sa sementeryo na yung bisita. Yan Kaya walang rason na magreklamo. The recorded due process at hindi ginamitan ng excessive force. Ang ginamitan ng excessive force po, ito. Yan po. Ito ang ginamitan ng excessive force, mga kababayan. Yun ang ginamitan ng excessive force. Wala kayong Senate hearing na ginagawa ngayon para tingnan yung kalagayan nitong mga biktima ng AJK. May Senate hearing kayo para kay Duterte na nasa magandang kalagayan po doon sa The Hague. Sabi mismo ni Sara at saka ni Mijaldea, in a very high spirits. At pag halimbawa, napatunayan na wala siyang kasalanan, makakabalik pa siya. Pag hindi, deserve niya na pagbayaran ng kasalanan for life. At least buhay siya. Yung mga biktima, patay na po. Naintindihan na ninyo, Senator Jinggoy, Senator Aimee, huwag kami.
At itong ating programa, mga kababayan, atid sa inyo nitong ating mga sponsors. Fairmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapay po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging, Automax po siya. Ito ay Glow Zero, mga kababayan. Whitening po siya. Made in South Korea. Ito naman po, Ningxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Gawa po siya sa goji berry. May anti-cancer properties po siya. At sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab car rental din po kami. At bills payment po sa aming office. At saka sa mga mahilig po sa mga imported bags, manood po kayo sa live selling ni Madam Eileen Rosales sa kanyang Eileen Closet po. Pati mga shoes, ito yung kanya po. Ito yung kanyang page. Kita ninyo, napakagandang mga online selling po siya. Si Madam Eileen Rosales. At cellphone number niya po, 773-798-7816.